community. Also, I want to acknowledge that this masjid, I've been coming here for last 10 years. No, I don't even remember for how many projects I have raised money in this beautiful community. This community has always responded whenever there was a need, whether it is locally or internationally. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless this beautiful community. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all those who are serving this community. And please do remember our brothers and sisters in Yemen. Wa jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. God bless. Come back again, inshallah, maybe next week or so, inshallah. Shukran. Do you have some more time? Do you want? خير. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن والاه. First, you have a homework, right? You remember? Did you do the homework? Did you do the homework? You couldn't figure it out. Alhamdulillah, you tried. Who tried and figured it out? Anybody? Khair. Just because we don't have a lot of time, then you're going to be feeling relief that I'm going to do that for you, inshallah. That beautiful, remember, dua that I shared with you, and I said, alhamdulillah, part of learning this beautiful hadith and dua is think about why this order. That I told you there's a subtle spiritual order there in that hadith. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-arba' min ilmin la yanfa' wa min qalbin la yakhsha' wa min nafsin la tashba' wa min du'a'in la yusma'. The meaning of which you all know. The subtlety in that beautiful order is something like this. First of all, we're asking Allah Azza wa Jal to grant us refuge from knowledge, information that is not beneficial. And we explained briefly what that meant. Now, knowledge, when we receive knowledge, information, data of all sorts, it is going to be processed by us. And the processing of that information, of that data, of that ilm, will not be done well if the processor is not set properly. Now, what is the processor? The qalb. Subhanallah. Like when we are very angry and we have some problem to solve, will we really solve it properly? When we are inside full of hate for someone or something at that moment and we have information to analyze, will we do that properly? No, most likely not. وهكذا. So if our heart is in a state of arrogance or in a state of delusion of ghurur or kibr and so on, the ilm, knowledge, beneficial knowledge will be not processed properly by us. So the next thing Allah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam teaches us, after knowledge, seeking Allah, refuge in Allah from knowledge that is not useful, we seek refuge in Allah from a qalb, a heart that is not in khushu' to Allah Azza wa Jal. And the qalb that is not like that will not process information, especially of the spiritual realm and the moral realm, properly. So, Ya Allah, protect my heart. Thirdly, our qulub, as we said sometimes, as a human being, we're defined by a ruh, a qalb, a aql, and what else? Nafs. We have a nafs. And when the qualities of the nafs take over and we become a nafs person, that nafs takes over the identity of the heart. And my heart becomes a nafs. So I say, I love you from the bottom of my heart. But actually, I love me from the bottom of me. My nafs. It's my nafs. Or I hate you, that's a nafs. Or I agree with you or disagree with you, that's all. Most of the time it's nafs. It's not the clean, pure qalb that connects to Allah Azza wa Jal. And then sometimes the nafs takes over the identity of the qalb. So we seek refuge in Allah. The next after the qalb, that the qalb continue to remain in a healthy state, that it is not taken over by the nafs, so we seek refuge in Allah from a nafs that is never satiated. وَمِن نَفْسٍ لَا تَشْبَعُ. Subhanallah. Now up to this point, especially when it comes to nafs, what do we need to do? No, nafs first of all, pertaining to what do we need to do in our relationship with the nafs? Keep it under control. We have to do work. We have to work hard. So we have to do work. But many of us, we think we're so intelligent, some of us. Hard work is what brings it, my intelligence, etc., etc. Lest we rely on our effort, lest we rely on our juhd and jihad or our nafs, and we rely on that and we think we're smart. We make it because we strove hard, we worked hard, I'm smart and so on. Nobody gets to Allah with their own efforts. So, dua. And some dua is useless. Some dua is useless. So we ask Allah refuge from dua that is useless. La yusma'. And part of the dua that is la yusma' is when we turn to Allah in dua, but we're doing so many other things in life that will invalidate the value of that dua, which you know. We perhaps lie, we perhaps cheat, we oppress, we transgress, high-tempered, anger executed, rudeness, ruthlessness, merciless, إلى غير ذلك. محبطات الآمال are so many that the dua is useless, especially the dua when we are in dua but our heart is somewhere else. Remember, I shared with you another hadith where Rasulullah ﷺ said, Allah does not respond to a dua of a heart that is not present. So we seek refuge in Allah from a dua that is valueless, that is not heard by you and granted by you, Ya Allah, because after all, dua is what connects us to you, not our efforts. And this is the beautiful order as it comes. Knowledge, qalb, because the qalb processes the knowledge. Well, nafs, because the nafs may mess up the qalb, and the qalb will not process. Nafs, we need to struggle and make effort, and therefore do work, lest we rely on work. Dua, and make sure dua is a dua that is with all the conditions required, inshaAllah ta'ala, for Allah to respond to our dua, bi'idhnihi azza wa jal. These are the words I share with you, and I remind myself and you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one who subhanahu wa ta'ala who knows, and is the only one who guides, is the only one who saves, is the only one subhanahu wa ta'ala who set us on the right course. May we always turn to Him and plead to Him to save us from us, and not to entrust us to us subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that He makes the last moments of our lives the best moments in our lives. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.